Hey everybody, this is Jessica Lynn from Jessica Lynn Original Studios. Welcome. Be sure to visit our website, jessicalynoriginal.com. So for today, I thought let's go to a spirit store. They just started opening up. It's the beginning of August. Most of them aren't opening for another week or two. And when we walked in, it sounded like a club. Like, I kid you not, it was like so loud. I just wonder how the neighbors next to those stores like can't hear that. I don't know. It was crazy. I mean, it was really fun, but it was really hard because you couldn't even hear any of the animatronics, even when I was right up against them, which is crazy. Like, I was that close and I could not hear that clown, but I think he was giggling, which is kind of creepy. My kids loved it, and they were joking we should make the whole cotton candy front yard for Halloween. But what I love about Spirit is that they actually kind of build little haunts within their store, which is really fun. This skeleton was hilarious. You need to go to a spirit store to hear him. He was very sassy. Like, he was like, well, you missed this, blah, blah, blah. And it was kind of just sassy. Like, it just was not what I was expecting. Very cool, though. But inside their store, they literally have all these little animatronics and stuff set up for you to take a look at, get to know, see if it's something you're interested in. This poor little skeleton, I don't think he was hooked up yet because he just kind of sat there and looked really, really sad. And then we went back to the back of the store and all of a sudden he was like laying down. So it was really creepy. This one was really cool. I can only imagine like this one in your yard at night probably looks very cool. In the light, it didn't look as cool. I mean, he was scary. The kids were kind of like, there's something about him. But he could be a really fun one that you could build like in your bushes and have them just sort of creeping out, which is really fun. If you haven't been to a spirit store, they have them online, so you can go online, and if you buy something off the website, they will give you 20% off. There were no coupons for in-store, which was a bummer, but you can get that online, but then you have to pay shipping, so that kind of was a bummer. There was this really fun little monkey. He reminded me of kind of a possessed Phantom of the Opera monkey. We couldn't hear what he did, and I kind of was wondering what happened to his leg, but you couldn't hear him. I'm guessing he makes the little ching-ching noise, but we couldn't hear him at all because of how loud the music was in the store. You can see all of the great costumes. Over there was some really fun lanterns, which were cool. You could probably do some vinyl on there, specifically to whatever your Halloween costume might be. There was also, look at these backpacks. I mean, although my question is, what if you get that backpack wet, right? I mean, just thinking out loud here. And as you can see, we're so early in the season. Hocus Pocus, September 30th. I cannot wait for the second one. We're so early in the season that stuff still hasn't even completely all shown up yet. So I have a feeling when I go back in a couple of weeks, I think there'll be even more stuff for us to look at. That spider, amazing. Totally got my daughter. She walked up to it, it jumped. She literally was on the other side of the store. There's him, the little skeleton there in the bag. That's called Bag of Bones, which I thought was actually, that's kind of funny. And then there was this thing that was just screaming on the floor. I could hear that one because that was really loud. So I guess if you're going to have the animatronics, you just can't have an open house party going on in the background. This little guy was creepy. He goes, oh, I think we're gonna play hide and seek maybe. Ah! And then, again, my kids all the way out. And I'm like, this isn't even like a haunted store. You can see it was super bright in there. The theme was like this laboratory. And some of the characters look new. She wasn't hooked up yet, so we'll have to see what she looks and does when she gets going. But they have the laboratory, which I thought was so cool with the bubbles and the water. The Bag of Bones again. And then you can see they had the display screens where they had all sorts of, see, it's a testing lab, where they were doing different experiments, which was cool. So you can see the ones getting electrocuted, and then it goes into some green smog, and now he's gone. And then over there on the right, you can see there was a guy, he just drank something and became something else. And this is the thing I love about the spirit stores. Now, I love Disney World. I love all of that. But I will tell you, sometimes when you buy stuff in the stores, it's entirely too expensive. Now, I'm not going to say any of this stuff is all that inexpensive. but there was a lot more to pick from. Like, look at all this stuff. If you love Hocus Pocus and you're going to do a whole theme, I mean, how cool is that? And each one of those signs were anywhere between $10 all the way up to like $30, depending on sizes. Tons of coffee mugs, if you wanted really nice coffee mugs. Last year, I got a really cool Haunted Mansion mug, and I love it. I don't drink coffee, but I'll drink tea. They also had a walkthrough where they had all these different things. So it was very odd, but I've seen other locations this year where they had those on the ceiling. So I'm not sure really what the difference is, but there was nothing else in there. If you keep walking around, you can see there was yet another little spider on the floor. And then there was this creepy... There he is. Ah! And then there was this creepy, like, hose guy, toxic waste thing. So I wonder if that's supposed to have fog, you know, coming out of his hands, or if it's just the lights. He looks a little creepy, like the snow miser, like that he got dropped in a vat of something, sort of. But super fun. I mean, all the people always walk around, look at all the animatronics. So it's fun, like if your kids you're not sure if they're going to be okay with it. I mean, obviously here's a great way to find out. Lots and lots of costumes, of course. But my favorite is that they have a lot of Disney. So they have a lot of like Haunted Mansion decor. They had a lot of Beetlejuice. They had tons of costumes for the kids. Sometimes I think that they're a little overpriced, but if you keep an eye out, you can get the coupons and save quite a bit. Alright, so let's go take a look at the Haunted Mansion. I think we might do a DIY to show you us creating this, because I have an idea. I like it, but I think there's a couple things I like better. There were some gargoyles. Yay, Madame Leota. Very cool. And way down at the bottom, I found one of the stretching room lanterns. I picked that up right away. I have not seen this in any of the other locations, so that is now proudly displayed in my house. I absolutely love it. That was around $30 some, I think. But again, if I bought that at Disney World, it would probably cost like $60 or $70. And then what I do is I actually put Christmas lights inside it, those little bitty tiny fairy lights, and it lights up perfect and looks amazing. So as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, there we go, 36. So I was like, nope, do not put that down, because it's the only one I've seen. My daughter found a Beetlejuice. It reminded me of when the mom comes up and goes, what do you think? And he's like, ah! And then she goes, I think he likes it. So I think we're going to try and create that wreath, because I have a couple ideas of things I want to change. You can get a fun Haunted Mansion placard, which is gorgeous. Love those. And then, there we go. So a bunch of throws, bunch of pillows. I mean, who doesn't want a Mogwai pillow? The Beetlejuice, I love that it lit up. And then the Beetlejuice sign pointing down, and you can see there's a whole bunch of just wall decor. So there's them as ghosts. You can see there's signs. There's a handbook for the recently deceased. I'm just kidding. So you can see that, which is actually just a notebook, so it's kind of fun. It'd be great, like if you were in college and you need to keep track of all your stuff. There was also a whole nother wall of Haunted Mansion stuff, and again, look at this. I love that. I love him. I actually have one of the 999 limited edition tapestries from back in the 90s. Oh my gosh, if you can find them, they are so rare and they're so beautiful. And to hold them up, they actually have the little bat stances. So every time I see that, I always think of my beautiful Haunted Mansion. It's just so pretty. It's a beautiful tapestry. There's also good old Fred. So that's fun. Some tombstones. We actually made a whole bunch of those that we display out in front of our house. There's some nice throw rugs, some gelatin sticks, magnets, and then there also are some table runners, which are very cool. And then, of course, like I said, down at the bottom, there's the light up Haunted Mansions, which my daughters were just showing a minute ago. Tons of fun. And again, it's way early in the season. It was weird. It was like a hitchhiking ghost, but it was only the one. So it was funny. And that one actually is my husband's favorite, so I thought that was even funnier because he's like, that's his ghost. But then I found a whole bunch of like rugs, and I loved these. Like there was Beetlejuice, and you can see there's It right there. And when we came around the corner, there was more. And I actually ended up getting the one that says a Haunted Mansion one, and it says, "Our tour begins here." So we'll see that in a minute. Again, some really fun Beetlejuice plushes, because you know, what kid doesn't want the Maitlands as stuffies, especially when they're haunting? Lunch boxes, which were so cute. The Gremlins one is my personal favorite, down there at the bottom. And then over on the left, we're on our way there. Oh, my daughter found this baby and she was rocking it, and I just was like, no. No, let's not go for that. Here we go. So right here, this is the one that I bought. I bought this one for my office. I love it. It's actually much better quality than I thought it was going to be. It looks so cool in my office, and it just gives that little bit of Disney touch, which I'm completely good with. And then there were tons of mugs, which these mugs, honestly, I like the designs better than some of the places I've seen otherwise. It was really pretty. You can see that's Hocus Pocus up there, some moons. There was actually a Ouija board one, which I thought that was funny too. Well, I just want to take a moment and say thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. Down at the bottom right, there's a little red icon. Just click on that. It costs nothing. It'll just remind you when we upload a new video. And then don't forget to visit our website, jessicalynoriginal.com. Take care, everybody.